Hey, it's Anthony from World of WWE, a WWE podcast. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. One, it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
You're listening to World of WWE, a WWE podcast. Hey everyone, you are checking out the World of WWE podcast. I am your host, Ant, and I am joined by my two co-hosts today.
What's up, guys? It's Macho Man Dan.
And what's up, guys? It's the Fat Mountie Josh.
The Fat Mountie Josh, Macho Man Dan. And my ring moniker is the Mouth of the Northeast, and so that's our moniker. And Latino Heat Cross is not going to be with us for this week's edition. He is away for today, but he'll be back with our NXT recap dropping tomorrow. So we are covering Raw from June 21st. It was the night after Hell in a Cell, and it was a pretty decent show. So we're gonna jump right into it. We start with the VIP lounge, and the retaining WWE Champion, the Almighty Bobby Lashley, comes down with his girls and MVP. And pretty much MVP toasts to Bobby, and then the New Day come down, and Bobby MVP say that Kofi is a joke and will always be one. Kofi shows footage of him pinning Bobby Lashley. I think it was a month or so ago. And Kofi challenges Bobby Lashley for a title match at Money in the Bank. And Bobby says, okay. He challenges Xavier Woods for a match tonight. And he basically makes fun of Xavier Woods. And Xavier Woods tells Bobby Lashley to keep making fun of him, keep underestimating him, because he is an 11-time tag team champion. And Woods wants Bobby Lashley inside Hell in a Cell tonight. And then Bobby Lashley accepts. So let's first talk about the title match that was made, Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston. How are we feeling about that match for Money in the Bank?
I'm excited, even though I know Kofi's not going to win. I'm just glad he's getting the match, like for the title that he technically lost, that he never got a rematch for,
Yeah, he didn't. He did not get a rematch. Yeah.
Which I think bullshit.
Okay. All right. So you're excited. How about you, Fat Mountie?
I can't wait to Bobby Lashley just squash Kofi Kingston. Everyone shuts up about Kofi Kingston. I just can't wait for it because Kofi has some skill, but Kofi does not belong in the main title picture. I'm sorry, he doesn't. He's stuck under the New Day banner. I'm sorry, Bobby Lashley. If Kofi beats Bobby, Drew should have beat Bobby like 3 times. Okay. And that's the problem. I don't know what Vince is doing, but Vince is just feeding Kofi to Bobby.
Yeah.
Well, but I wouldn't be surprised to be a cash-in that night, too. You never know.
That's true. There could be.
Because if Drew does win Money in the Bank,
he's going to win.
He could cash in.
Watch what's going to happen. Somebody's going to win, or Drew's going to win the triple threat match. He's going to go to Money in the Bank. He's going to win the Money in the Bank. He's going to win the title, and he's going to cash in on Kofi. And Bobby Lashley's going to be like, I never got my match, my title rematch, so I want a match. And then there's going to be a whole nother triple threat match.
All right, well.
No. Then it'll be Drew versus Bobby. Bobby will beat Drew, and then Drew will complain about it.
Well, let me give you my take. So I'm not exactly happy about this match because I don't think it's, like main event material, Kofi Kingston versus Bobby Lashley. I do like Kofi, but again, he hasn't really got a chance to really prove himself as a singles competitor because he did win the title and then dropped it a couple months later. But we also have to remember a couple of factors here. One, I think it would be great if they did do a Money in the Bank cash-in because it would be the first time there's a pay-per-view audience, and I know when Bayley cashed in, I was there for Money in the Bank, and I actually showed my friend this match the other night to kind of, explain to her what it was like being there, and I didn't even really think it was loud. So I feel like that would be a huge moment, and the audience would be really loud. But we also have to remember the pay-per-view that I believe is coming up right after Money in the Bank, and I think that's SummerSlam. And if we're going to be realistic, in my opinion, based on what everyone's saying, I mean, WWE could swerve us. We're probably going to get Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. And I don't see them. I mean, unless they have Drew or someone cash in, and then the next night on Raw have Bobby beat them. I just don't really see them dropping Lesnar and Lashley. But yeah, so that's, I don't know, guys.
Wait, guys. Does anybody remember when, like, 2019, when Mustafa Ali was about to win, and Brock just comes down and beats the shit out of him and then wins? Does anybody remember that?
I fucking love that because I hate Mustafa Ali.
I hated that. I was like, Brock doesn't deserve it. Mustafa would have been awesome.
See, I loved Retribution's ideal. The whole thing of it was great. Then they revealed Mustafa Ali, and I was like, no, what? It's stupid.
Oh God, Retribution. We'll have to say that for a whole other episode. Good. But then, so that's also the second question of the segment. What did we think of getting our third Hell in a Cell match? Xavier Woods and Bobby Lashley. How were your initial reactions to the match? We'll start with the Fat Mountie, and then we'll go to Macho Man Dan.
Bathroom break for me, really. That's how I feel about the match. I mean, Xavier Woods, man, he is a huge pocket for Vince McMahon, but just because he's doing the G4 thing, and he's like, he's good. Like, they're gonna keep him. Like, but again, it's Bobby Lashley. If Drew can't beat Bobby Lashley, Kofi or Xavier Woods should not be able to beat Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I feel about it. But yeah, bathroom break. Didn't care for it.
Okay. And how about you, Macho Man Dan? What are your thoughts?
I agree with Josh. It was, I guess, a bathroom break, really, to me.
Yeah. I wasn't really excited because I felt like, again, I hate to say it, and I feel like it's maybe because we're older. I feel like as a young kid, I'd probably be like, oh my God, who's going to win? But like as an adult, we're kind of like, we already know what's going to happen. Bobby, there's no way Xavier Woods is going to beat Bobby. I wish that they would have done, if they were going to do anything like a tag match, so that if Xavier Woods did win, it would like maybe have him beat MVP, and then maybe the next week, do a build up like that, and then have him just annihilate Xavier Woods right before the pay-per-view, and then have Kofi, But anyways, yeah, wasn't really feeling it. So our first match of the night is, we learn, it's a qualifying match for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And we're seeing Raw Tag Team Champion AJ Styles with Omos, who's also Raw Tag Team Champion, taking on Ricochet. And we see AJ Styles and Omos trash talk the Viking Raiders backstage, which kind of, makes us think there's going to be some kind of interference or something going on with the two teams. So, quick note, we see Ricochet hit a cool two Northern Light suplexes. AJ hits a modified power bomb. The Viking Raiders attack Omos at ringside. Omos runs at them, but the Viking Raiders move, and Omos runs straight through the guard railing. And then AJ goes for a phenomenal forearm, but Ricochet hits his finisher to get the pinfall victory. And Ricochet is the first superstar heading into the Money in the Bank ladder match. What do we think? I'll start with Macho Man Dan. What did you think of Ricochet winning?
It was a thing where, like, I could go either way. I love both wrestlers. They're both really good. But I'm glad Ricochet won. It gives the guy some credit now. It's no longer like, oh, they're trying to bury the guy. At least they're giving him something now,
Yeah.
So it was a good match, back and forth action. So it was good.
Okay.
I enjoyed the match.
And how about you,
Fat Mountie?
Man, I fucking love Ricochet, man. You know what? People say he was jobbering, but look at Buddy Murphy. Like, he was home At least Ricochet was getting matches. He was losing, but he was getting paid for it. But I mean, I'm glad to see him win in this match. Like I said, I love AJ, but it's better to have Ricochet in because Ricochet's younger. You have AJ in the title picture. It's obviously setting up. Well, how do you pronounce it? Omos and Styles from Viking War Raiders. I think that's gonna be a match at Money in the Bank. I think, but I'm excited for Ricochet to be in the Money in the Bank. Hopefully Brock doesn't come back in Money in the Bank and just show Ricochet ticket. But
yeah, I know, not again. So yeah, I mean that could happen. And that would So I also agree with you, Macho Man. Well, not Macho Man Dan. Yeah, I do agree with you, Macho Man Dan, and I do agree with you too. I think it was good to see. I know you're not a huge fan of Ricochet, but it was good for me to see Rick. I know Fat Mountie is. You guys are confusing me with these fucking nicknames.
Well, no, I love Ricochet. I don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Well, then I was right. I thought that. See, because I think I'm thinking for myself because I go back and forth with Ricochet because I like him, then I don't, then I like him, then I don't. I don't like him wearing his fucking office pants to the ring. I think it doesn't make any sense. I did like him a lot better in NXT, 110,000%, and that's not his fault necessarily. But I am excited to see him in the Money in the Bank ladder match because I do think he's going to be able to do a lot of cool moves. And I do want to see newer talent involved in the match and not people that we've seen before, although AJ hasn't really been in many, if any, Money in the Bank ladder matches. So I was okay with the win, and I agree it's probably going to be the Viking Raiders versus Styles and Omos. But, yeah. So we then go backstage, and we see Randy Orton, and Riddle comes up to him, and they basically have a back-and-forth conversation, and Riddle just says he wants to keep his stash inside the Money in the Bank briefcase when he wins it. However, he talks about how he has a stash of burgers and he wishes Randy Orton luck in his match. We then see Eva Marie, and there's really not much to talk about. It's just them being stupid, another sort of gimmick moment. Eva Marie is backstage and she says that she had a cold last week, but she wanted her fans to see her compete. We see Piper Niven about to talk. That was the character's name in NXT because they ask her, what is your name? But Eva Marie says her name is Dewdrop. And Dewdrop does not look too happy. She gives Eva Marie like a dirty look. And then she asks Dew to hold her jacket. So let's talk about this quick promo. What do we like? So at first I was a little hesitant because we did hear rumors that Piper Niven's character's name was going to be Dewdrop. How are we feeling with her, like this being the reason why her name is Dewdrop? Like, do you like the fact that even Marie named her that? And we'll start with Fat Mountie.
Personally, I don't really care.
Okay. Well,
I don't care.
It's all right.
I'm sorry if there's Eva Marie fans and Piper Niven fans, but I don't really give two rats titties. I don't care.
The Fat Mountie is giving out citations.
I don't. Yeah, that's right. I don't give a crap. Yeah. All right. Friggin', if it was Mandy Rose or Liv Morgan's name, I'd be pissed. But I don't know this woman. I never ever watched NXT UK, so I'm sorry, guys. I don't know.
Well. Okay.
But I mean, if she didn't care, if she really cared about her new name, she probably would have just quit. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Wrestlers, like, social media makes it think wrestlers don't have a say. They can refuse. I'm guessing they can.
Yep.
But it's all just for show. I mean, it might not have been, before everyone says Vince McMahon's idea, I don't think he gives a shit about this random person from NXT UK. I don't think he cares. But
yeah. Okay.
I really hope that she has some skill. I hope she gets a world title shot in her future. But again, I don't. This segment didn't care for me.
All right. How about you, Macho Man Dan?
Again, I have to agree with Josh. He didn't do anything. I thought it was really fucking stupid. I don't give two rats ass about her.
All right. Well, you know what? Go ahead.
I don't give two What makes me want to care? Like, there's nothing there that really makes me care.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, here's my thought. I have watched Piper Niven or Dewdrop, and she is very, very good. When I first heard her name was Dewdrop, I was like, what the fuck? Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it is a very stupid name, I have to say that.
And I was really like questioning what was happening. Like, I was really like, wait a minute. Like, are they really going to just say, please welcome to the ring, Dewdrop? And like that. So I was, even though I did not really care, I did like how they're going with Eva Marie choosing it, because then it's like, if she came out as Dewdrop, this girl would have no fucking sort of like no family give two flying fucks about her. Now I know you guys don't, and that's okay. I do, and I do kind of like where it seems this gimmick storyline is going. So let's talk about our match, because it does sort of get intertwined here. Our next match is another Money in the Bank qualifying tag match. It's our first tag match of the night, but it is also the first females Money in the Bank qualifying match. And we see Eva Marie and Dewdrop taking on Asuka and Naomi. And we see an impressive movement where Dewdrop hits a cannonball on Naomi in the corner, Kevin Owens style. And then Dewdrop gets on the top rope, but Eva Marie tags in without, Dewdrop looks in there like, what the fuck? And then Eva goes to tag Dewdrop, but then Dewdrop jumps off the fucking apron. She's like, figure this out on your own. And Naomi rolls up Eva Marie for the win. So your first two members of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match are Asuka and Naomi. And it seems as if Dewdrop has turned her back on Eva Marie. Let's start with Macho Man Dan. What are your thoughts on the match? And Asuka and Naomi going to Money.
Again, I don't give two fucks about Dewdrop and Eva Marie. I didn't care when she was originally in there, and I don't care now. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I just don't care for either one of them. And I mean, sure, they had a few maybe impressive moves, maybe, I guess, but like nothing really made me but like, oh my god, I have to watch these two even more. No.
Oh yeah. Gotcha.
So it was just like bathroom break, It was like get a drink or something, like get a snack,
How are you feeling with Naomi and Asuka being in the Money in the Bank match?
I mean, it kind of was surprising that they did tag team matches. Like, why didn't they do that for the men's? Why did they do that for the women's? That didn't make much sense to me, but I guess it's a good way, Okay.
All right. Are you happy with them being in the match?
I'm happy for Naomi because she hasn't been in the top tier since she was like on SmackDown in like 2017, I want to think it was.
Yep.
She hasn't been on that, like she hasn't been at the top in a long time. So I'm glad she's back there, at least a little bit. Yep. And she has a chance, but like nothing. I'm not too excited for them. I mean, realistically, I guess I'm happier it wasn't Dewdrop and Eva Marie, but it is what it is.
All right, and then Fat Mountie, we already know you don't care about the match, so I'm just going to ask you, what are your thoughts on Asuka and Naomi being in the Money in the Bank ladder match?
I have to agree with Macho Man Dan. Don't care for Naomi being in the match. Does nothing for me. Asuka, though, 50-50, because Asuka cannot speak one word of goddamn English. Yet they give her a fucking mic, but all right. She got a really good skill, and it'd be cool to see her as Money in the Bank winner, but I don't see it because, again, what are you gonna have another threesome with Charlotte and Ripley and Asuka again? I don't see that, but you know what? I'm really good. Naomi would be okay as long as she doesn't bring back the stupid glow shit. I don't like that. It's stupid.
Okay.
But she needs to change her finisher because the rear-view finisher with her ass is the most stupidest finisher I've ever seen in my life, besides the fucking Cobra from Santino Marella.
Okay, the fucking what is it called again? Her finisher?
It's the rear-view, little ass thing.
Okay.
Man, I would catch her ass, give her a German suplex. She'd be knocked the fuck out, Fat Mountie style.
A little TMI, but she could hit me with the rear view any day. So here's my thought. I am a huge fan of the Japanese female wrestlers: Io Shirai, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Mako Santamura, even in AEW Hikaru Shida. So I am a big fan of foreign athletes. I think Hikaru is from Japan. I hope.
I hope you're not wrong.
I know. I hope. Please. Anyways, but I'm more excited for Naomi because I do agree with you both that she needs more opportunities because she is a great talent. And as far as Asuka, I think she's okay for the match. This technically would be, aside from last year, would be her first Money in the Bank, right?
Yes, aside from the one she won, yes, this would be her first Money in the Bank contract match. Yeah.
Okay. So then,
and thankfully, this time they're not going to be like, "Oh yeah, we put the belt in the
Exactly.
briefcase, so now you're the champion."
Exactly. So I'm excited. Go ahead.
Honestly, I hated that they had to do that last year. Like, don't get me wrong, I was happy for Becky, but like, I thought it was a really stupid idea. I mean, I get it; it makes sense. You can't have any harm come to the baby that's in her belly, but you know,
I mean,
I hated that they said, "Here's the title. Since you won, you get the title."
Two things. Yeah. So a funny joke, and then Asuka. So I'm glad to see Asuka get an opportunity to kind of like showcase herself in a regular Money in the Bank ladder match instead of it being men and women. Also, fucking Rey Mysterio. I don't know how he is not dead. He's gotten thrown off a fucking building. He's got his eye gouged out. He got fucked. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. What is happening? Aleister Black too. Holy shitballs. But yeah, sorry. I guess that didn't hold up well. But I'm happy for Naomi and Asuka. Next, we see Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville in the ring. This is kind of a pointless segment. They call down Rhea Ripley to the ring, and Adam Cole says that her loss last night, the DQ loss, was unacceptable. Adam Pearce says she did not follow the rules. And Rhea Ripley does bring up a good point. She's like, when did Charlotte Flair follow the rules? And, you know, she says that this is what Charlotte Flair would have done to me. And it's not right that she's getting judged for something that a lot of people have done before. Charlotte Flair comes down and she tells Rhea that she's proud of her. Rhea is smarter than she thought. And Charlotte says that Rhea is a strategic wrestler like herself. But Charlotte will destroy Rhea. And then Sonya grants Charlotte Flair a rematch for the Raw Women's title at Money in the Bank against Rhea Ripley. I'll go with the Fat Mountie. I was going to call you the Fat Canadian. Josh, what do you think of this and another Rhea and Charlotte 3?
Who gives a shit? Again, I don't give a shit. Don't care. I don't care. Again, she's the John Cena of it. You know, guess what? I was right that she was going to win at Hell in a Cell. I was right. Okay.
Yeah.
The odds of her winning again is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless she cries to daddy, then that might happen.
She cries to daddy.
Let's do a really quick prediction since that the Fat Mountie said it. Who would you like to see? And it doesn't have to be someone that's on the active Raw roster. Realistically, too, who would you like to see challenge Rhea if Rhea does win Money in the Bank for the title at SummerSlam? Because we've seen
Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler. Okay. Oh,
well, I want her to tap her the fuck out like she can.
Okay, that would be good. All right.
Wait, can it be like a legend, or does it have to be someone that could like actually one day wrestle her?
It has to be realistic. It could be a legend, but it have to be. It couldn't be like a Mae Young who's dead. You know, like it have.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's not fair.
I know Mae Young would kill her.
Well, I would love to see Rhea Ripley versus Bayley. That'd be a very cool match to me. But if I was gonna go with like a legend, I know this is not realistic, so this is why I'm just gonna say it. I would love to see Lita versus Rhea Ripley. That would be cool.
But you know what? That's not unrealistic because she did fight in 2018. You know that's realistic. I mean, I don't think that would happen, but I mean, it could. She could put her, boots back on and get in there.
And that's true.
You know what? Since he said that, I'm gonna go with Santina Morella.
Oh, Santina.
Santina.
Santina Morella.
Oh, please don't get fucking.
Get Bobby Lashley to spear Ripley and put him on top. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So then, Macho Man Dan, what do you think though of the match for Money in the Bank, Rhea and Charlotte?
I think it's. Wait, are we talking about the segment or like the actual match of it? When it's
I mean, you can talk about the segment if you want, but like more so of like, because I mean, the segment really was just them announcing the match. So, what do you think of the match?
Well, if I was going to talk about the segment, I think the segment was stupid. Why just hand Charlotte a match? She's done that before, and they didn't get their opportunities handed to them. But no, because Charlotte's Ric Flair's daughter, she gets a match. I think that's really stupid.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the match, I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I disagree with Josh a little bit. The likely that she won last time because of disqualification, I feel like they're going to give Charlotte the title. I feel like that, and I hate to say that because I love Rhea as champion, but I really think they're gonna give it to her. I hate that. I do hate that.
All right. Well, that's an early prediction from Macho Man Dan. For me, I agree. I don't care. It's not that I don't like either woman. I just feel like the segment was a waste of time. You could just announce it over like, the fucking thing. But again, why did she get another opportunity? You know what I think could happen? I believe I don't think they're going to do it again because they did it again in 2019. But I feel like if any cash in was going to happen, it would be the women's cash in. And we might see something different. But I don't know. I have a feeling, I have a match. I'm going to save it for Money in the Bank predictions. But I have an idea of who she might face. But again, I'll watch it, because I do think they do try to put on good matches with each other, but I don't know. I'm not super excited for it. Next, this is pretty quick. Natalya and Tamina are in the ring, or not in the ring. They're taking pictures, and then they hear Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke in the ring, and they have like a pretty much argument where they're outside the ring and they're saying, "You're interrupting our pictures." Stupid segment, and then Mandy and Dana just kick them. It's going to be Mandy and Dana against Tamina and Natalya at Money in the Bank. I don't really want to talk about this because it really was nothing. But if you guys do, we can. But it was it was just So our next match is another Money in the Bank qualifying match, and we're seeing John Morrison with The Miz taking on Randy Orton. Quick couple of notes: Randy slams John Morrison's head on the announce table and slams him on top of the announce table. Randy calls for an RKO, and that's when The Miz throws in the dripstick at Randy Orton, and then John Morrison rolls up, or Randy Orton, but he kicks out. Riddle chases The Miz with his scooter around the ring. Randy gets distracted, and then John Morrison's able to get the Starship Pain for the win. So now we know Ricochet and John Morrison will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. We'll go with the Fat Mountie on this one again. What are your thoughts on the match and John Morrison?
See, to you younger audiences, when I look at this match, I look at the Legend Killer, and Randy Orton, I look at Johnny Nitro. But I'm a huge fan of John Morrison. I'm really glad that Morrison got the pin. Again, the distraction from Riddle, stupid. Miz in the wheelchair, I fucking love it. I love it, and it's over. I'm sorry, no one's arguing with that. He's fucking over right now in this wheelchair. Mm-hmm. But I am super glad that Morrison's getting a shot. He will not win, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Again, I wish it was Riddle losing, not Orton, because I feel like that's, but I really hope Orton wins the triple threat match and gets the spot back. But
all right, okay, all right, I hear you. And Macho Man Dan.
It was a good match, I'm very glad that John Morrison get in there because I love John Morrison, one of my favorite wrestlers. Mm-hmm. I mean, Randy Orton, if he won, I could have taken it. I could have left it. It wouldn't have mattered to me. The whole Miz thing was okay, It was a good match. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but
Okay, all right. For me, I was happy that John Morrison did win because I'm excited to see the moves he's going to pull off in Money in the Bank. I felt like he's going to get a good opportunity to do anything last year, and if not, I know he was at WrestleMania in the ladder match. I feel like this year is going to be a good moment for him. I'm excited. And Randy Orton's a great wrestler. I do think he might win, but I'd rather see Morrison in this match. We're going to speed up the recap just a little bit because we got some things going on, but we're still going to go over what's going on. Next, we have another women's tag team Money in the Bank ladder qualifying match. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax with Reginald are taking on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Now, before we go to the match, there are two things that took place. First, Alexa Bliss has new music, and we see Nikki Cross backstage, and you're just viewing on her eyes, and she has like a yellow mask, and her like eyes are like painted blue, or she has makeup on, and has this weird butterfly spirit costume on, and it's pretty much a superhero gimmick, and she's like, be yourself, and do your best, be positive, and so pretty much she's just like an superhero now. We'll talk about the match, and then we'll discuss the superhero gimmick. So Nikki's in control. Nia runs into the turnbuckle. Reginald starts to get hypnotized, and then Nikki Cross splashes all of the athletes outside the ring. We see Alexa do the weird crab walk again. Nia Jax tells Shayna Baszler that she can handle the match, and she gets off the apron. Alexa Bliss hypnotizes Reggie to try to slap Nia Jax, but then Nikki kicks Nia into Reginald and rolls up Shayna Baszler for the win. So Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss are also joining Naomi and Asuka in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So Macho Man Dan, let's go to you quick. What do you think about the new gimmick and Nikki and Alexa in the Money in the Bank match?
I think the gimmick, like the whole new gimmick thing, is stupid. Why did she just suddenly turn into a superhero? Like, we're not doing a whole nother what was her name?
Mighty Molly.
Mighty Molly, that's what I was trying to think of. We're not doing another thing of that, are we? Because I guess at the time maybe it worked, but now I don't feel it would work as well. And I mean, I just couldn't stop thinking of how dumb I think this is. Because I mean, I love Nikki Cross and her old crazy gimmick, like when she was in NXT, because that was so good. But now that she has to do this, I feel like it's kind of just like death for her character. But some other people could see it a different way, but that's the way I see it. The match was okay,
Yeah.
I really don't know what else to say with that. It was just a good match, not really bad.
All right. How about Fat Mountie? What are your thoughts?
Personally, I thought it was the match stupid. I'm glad Alexa and Nikki Cross won. I'm going to disagree with Macho Man Dan. I really am happy that she has this new gimmick. I think it would be good for her career at this moment to make her more relevant.
Yeah. Okay. All right. For me, I don't like the gimmick. I do only because I like her better when she was the crazy character. I felt like if they brought that back, it'd be a bit more. I mean, I already know they have a crazy person in Alexa Bliss, but I mean, it would have been cool if they brought back like Crazy Cross and have like Nikki versus Alexa. But anyways, so I do like the superhero gimmick. I think it is different, but for Nikki's character, I'd rather have her be crazy. I am happy Alexa Bliss is going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match too, and Nikki Cross is great too. So I'm excited for both of them.
I think the whole thing with Alexa Bliss going in the Money in the Bank ladder match, I think that could be really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully we see some mind games in there, but that's just my hope.
Well, what agitates me was I think I said that Alexa was going to win the Royal Rumble match, and she didn't. And I was surprised.
You did.
I was surprised that she didn't do any like sort of like gimmick spirit thing. It was just like she was just eliminated. But anyways, we then have another backstage segment really quick. It's Jeff Hardy, Cedric Alexander, Jinder Mahal, and WWE United States Champion Sheamus. And they're arguing about how they're not featured in any of the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. And pretty much Jinder Mahal has this idea, and he tells Adam Pearce that if one of the people who qualifies for the Money in the Bank ladder match gets hurt, maybe you should consider him. And then all of the athletes sort of look at each other and leave. So they're hinting at a possibility that we might have a replacement. Next, we have our, I think it was our last Money in the Bank qualifying match of the night. Riddle taking on Drew McIntyre. Some quick notes. This is a great match. We saw a couple of Brotons. Drew McIntyre hit a German suplex to Riddle off the top rope. Randy Orton came down to watch, and we see Riddle hitting a big knee. Drew hits a Michinoku driver. Riddle catches Drew coming from the top rope into an armbar. Drew hits a Future Shock DDT, but Riddle bridges out of it. Drew calls for a Claymore, and Riddle falls to the mat. And then Riddle hits a ripcord. He is able to apply the Bromission, and then he rolls up through Drew McIntyre to get the win. So Riddle joins Ricochet. Who else was there that we said?
Morrison.
Gosh, Ricochet, John Morrison, and Riddle.
Biggie.
Oh, yeah, Biggie. But we'll talk about that on SmackDown.
That's true.
Biggie. No, that's true, though. Biggie. But, yeah, so Biggie, John Morrison, Riddle, and who else was it? Ricochet. So, what do we think of the match, Fat Mountie, and about Riddle being in Money in the Bank?
I'm really happy that Drew's not in it. Like I said, I love Drew, but they need to put Drew on the back burner, give him a break. I hate roll-ups, but it was a nice way to roll up McIntyre because that's his second roll-up in a row.
Yeah.
It's a good to add a story too. I would love to see MVP versus McIntyre Money in the Bank, though. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Okay, and we'll get there for next week. And then how about Macho Man Dan? What did you think?
I have a few different opinions on this. I like that Matt Riddle won. I'm glad Drew McIntyre didn't win because, like, that would have just... I don't think Riddle deserved to be buried there. You know, it would have. I'm glad they did that. But on the same hand, they have to have him roll him up. I mean, I don't know. I hate those endings whenever it's a roll up. When you ruin a good match with a roll up, as you said, it was a great match. It was, but then they ruined it with the roll up. I hate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. It was a good match. Sour ending, I guess, is a good way to describe it.
All right. Okay. I'm happy that Riddle's in Money in the Bank again. It was a good match. I didn't really have anything negative to look on it, but I hear you, Bill. We're just going to cover our main event quickly now. It's the WWE Champion, the Almighty Bobby Lashley with MVP, taking on Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston in a Hell in a Cell match. You guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I fast forward through this match because I already had an idea what was going to happen. We did see Xavier Woods did control the match a little bit. He did send Bobby Lashley flying with a chair shot. He hit Bobby with a kendo stick, and he jumps off the apron and hit Bobby in the head with a stick. He lays Bobby on a table and jumps off the ropes with a springboard elbow drop through the table. But then Bobby hits a spear and applies a hurt lock, and Woods taps out. After the match, MVP locks Xavier Woods in the cell with Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley annihilates Xavier Woods to end Raw. Let's go with Macho Man Dan. What did you think of our main event?
I thought it was stupid that they put in the Hell in a Cell, but it's because, you know, USA is just like, oh, Fox got a Hell in a Cell match. Why didn't we get one? It's just fucking kids play or child play at this point. But I mean, it was a good match, you know. We all knew what was gonna happen realistically. It wasn't like it was a shock at all. So it was a decent match, you know, good action, just, you know, predictable. That's the problem with it. Predictable.
Predictability, yes. And how about the Fat Mountie? Your thoughts?
Well, I basically agree with Dan. Honestly. Same thing Dan said, I basically agree with. Why is there a pause?
I don't know. I thought you were still talking.
What happened?
I said I agree with Dan. Everything Dan said, I agree.
Oh, so you disagree? That's okay. I was like, wait. I thought so too. I was like, wait. Is there more? No, it's okay. Yes, okay, I hear you. For me, I didn't care. I just felt like it was a filler match, and it's a way to kind of get Kofi Kingston to be angry and want to be upset with Bobby Lashley for more sort of storyline build. But to me, they could have done without it. Before we go, let's just go over the matches that we do know are taking place on Raw. We're going to see a strap match between Elias and Jackson Riker. We're also going to see the team of Natalya and Tamina and Charlotte Flair taking on, they are the women's tag team champions, teaming with Charlotte Flair, taking on the Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley and the team of Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. It's pretty interesting there. And then we also have our last chance triple threat match between Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and AJ Styles. One of these men is going to qualify to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And that is it. Do we have any last words?
Just have a good week, guys. That's all I really can say.
Yeah.
Sam, have a good weekend, everybody, and stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. I mean, this was a pretty decent Raw. I'm excited for next
Better than
week.
we've seen in the most recent weeks.
Yes.
Yes.
Much better. Hopefully, this upcoming week's Raw will be good too. Be on the lookout for our NXT recap coming out, our Friday Night SmackDown recap. We'll also be dropping our Money in the Bank prediction video as Money in the Bank draws close. We are also coming to the end of the Thunderdome era, folks.
Thank God the COVID era is now finally ending.
I walked into a store today without a mask. Can you believe it?
I've had my COVID shot for a while, so I know what it's like, but I'm just like so relieved about the no more mask thing. Like, honestly, I completely forget. But the thing is, after so long of having to wear the mask, you feel naked. Your face feels naked after it,
So you guys are lucky. We can't even do that unless you're fully vaccinated.
What happened?
Oh,
we have to wear a mask.
That's the same way it is for at least for my state. You can't do it unless you're fully vaccinated, which I am. So
He's like,
hey, I get to brag because I took my 2 shots. Okay, I was a big boy and I did it.
good for you, sir. That he decided to listen to everybody and go along with that shot. So, anyways, I know what I'm talking about, you guys. We are at the end of our video, and if you're obviously checking us out on YouTube, it is a video, so make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay notified when new content is created. If you're checking us out on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, thank you for listening to us. Make sure you give us a 5-star rating. And again, thank you for checking us out. Everybody have a safe weekend, and we will see you next week with, a safe weekend. I feel like the week is already over. Gosh, we will see you next week with our next Raw recap. Bye.
Bye.